Hello and welcome back to BPS TV, and the more astute of you will look opposite and think, Jim, you've got a guest. I do believe it's Mark Andrews from Mobile ViewPoint. Hello.
Mark Andrews in the flesh. Hello.
In the flesh, live from Amsterdam.
Indeed.
That is a rare treat, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mobile ViewPoint, tell me what this company does.
So Mobile ViewPoint are leading innovators in live streaming for outside broadcast. Okay. So a Dutch company, and basically we've been pioneers in developing the ability for broadcasters, whether it's sports production, news production, the ability to live stream, but using technology which is very small and compact.
Isn't it lucky you invented all that stuff? I mean, who would have thought there'd be a need for it?
Well, indeed. So we've basically developed a unit such as this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it can,
and what's this?
So this is the Ultralink Air, which is it's a live streaming unit that connects directly to the camera. And basically, in the old days, before Mobile ViewPoint invented such technology, if people wanted to do a live stream, they'd need a satellite truck.
Yes.
So as you can compare to a satellite truck, this is very lightweight and compact. And instead of using satellite, we're actually live streaming over the cellular network, the mobile phone network. And obviously with the mobile phone network, we can't never guarantee quality on a mobile network. And obviously being video, we need quite a lot of bandwidth. But the great thing about this is actually we can add up to 8 SIM cards.
That's fantastic,
yeah,
isn't it?
All from different operators. You might have Vodafone, Orange, 3, and they're all combined. And basically, we do what's called bonding. So we bond together all the cellular connections to make an ultra-reliable, high-bandwidth network connection back to your broadcast center.
Yes.
So instead of satellite now, I can live stream over the cellular network. I'm not worried about dropping networks because it will automatically self-heal, if you like, in the event Vodafone suddenly goes off air. It doesn't matter. We have the other connections.
Self-healing product. Let's just cling to that.
Exactly, and never rely on a single encoder.
Yeah.
So Mobile ViewPoint, we have a range of different encoders for different scenarios, which basically allows live streaming for live. Yeah,
that's fantastic. So this particular product, like you say, you've got the mobile networks, you've got Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And you've got Ethernet as well.
So Ethernet as well. So people are still using satellite. They still need an encoder.
Yeah.
So it will fit in an OB truck. So you can do that. But the nice thing is you can actually blend satellite with cellular. So the nice thing about satellite is that you've got this guarantee of some sort of network connectivity in a remote location. You might not have cellular, but satellite's a lot more expensive. But what you can then do is say, okay, I'm going to prioritize the cellular. But in the event that disappears or it gets so low, I'm going to bond it with satellite, and it starts to use the satellite more and more. But it will prioritize the cellular, and you as a user can decide how you want to optimize.
And this is small enough just to slot on the back of a camera, like an FX9 or any kind of camera with a V-lock on the back. You can just bolt that straight on, and powered by another V-lock on the back of that. And away you go.
Yep. So no cables, doesn't need to plug into anything. It's all self-contained. Can even sit in a backpack.
Yeah.
So and this is used for professional production.
Yeah.
So we have a whole range of global broadcasters.
But I could have a camera going into one, B camera going into another, and you've got 2 other mini SDIs there. So I could have 3 and 4, and all going back.
Well, you've touched on something there, because traditionally it used to be 1 camera, 1 encoder. But as part of the innovation, Mobile ViewPoint were first to market with a multi-camera encoder. So this means now I can actually connect to 4 cameras to a single encoder. So again, you're saving a lot of costs by doing that as well. Maybe in a car or something where you've got 4 cameras in a car.
You've got multiple angles, and you need to feed them all back out.
All 4 can be connected into here, and then we can live stream all 4 cameras simultaneously.
That is fantastic. Now, where would they go? What's the post element? How do you control that?
Yes, so basically, typically you're live streaming back to a broadcast center. And back at the broadcast center, they have what's called a decoder. So naturally, all the video. So we have one down here. It's a 19-inch rack mount, 1U server in effect. Because we're basically, there's 2 things going on. A, we're using our own live streaming protocol, which is very efficient over the public network. So if you get jitters or the bandwidth goes very low, actually we can still deliver content. So there's error correction, we can resend frames, it's all part of our protocol. But what also we're doing, because we're using different cellular connections, we need to put all the packets back together in order. So the decoder, what it's doing is basically putting together and recreating the the live stream as if it's coming from the camera.
Sure.
And with a latency of 800 milliseconds,
I could handle that kind of latency,
Yes.
800 milliseconds,
Yes.
that's very impressive.
Which over a long distance, yeah. So that's one of the, it's relatively low latency. And then the decoder end, if you've got SDI workflows, or if you're using IP workflows,
Yep.
then basically the decoder can create.
And obviously you might be recording in camera, but you can actually record in the unit, can't you?
Yes.
So, I mean, worst case scenario, the signal's bad, you can actually get to a better place and resend it, should you need to.
Yeah, exactly. So we can store the file,
Yeah.
and then we could trickle feed the file later on. So you might be doing a live piece on the news, and actually the quality is not great, but it's good enough for the news.
Sure.
But for the news bulletin in the evening later on, they then want to use the high quality version
And you can just
for the news bulletin.
and you've got it saved in there.
You got it saved, and then as you drive to your next job, it just trickle feeds over the cellular internet, so over the mobile phone.
I'm hearing the sound of cash registers. You say drive to the next job. That's
well,
wonderful.
assuming yes. So we're assuming news journalists, they go from one job to the next.
job to
But
the next.
yes.
But you say news, and I absolutely, totally agree with you. But I can see also a usage even in drama now with these as well, potentially.
Yes.
Because you're able to share what you're shooting straight away with anyone, anywhere.
Yes, absolutely. For people who want to collaborate with each other, you're right. In the film, they might have directors and other people that wanting to see the live feed coming straight from the film. So again, you're absolutely right. Any sort of film workflow where they want to share content between themselves, and especially in times at the moment with pandemic, we've sort of moved to more cloud type workflows where people are working from home a lot more. But actually, it doesn't matter if they're working from home or later on they're back in their offices. All of a sudden, people don't have to travel so much, so you can share that content, whether it's from a film camera or from a standard broadcast camera. Yeah, any film, any video, you can basically collaborate and share.
Brilliant! What a wonderful, practical, piece of kit it is. One last question. We've talked about the decoder. If you didn't have the decoder, you could still do it through you guys, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a platform called Link Matrix. So everything we've shown today can be managed through Link Matrix, which is an online portal that we provide. It just works through a standard browser, so you can manage everything remotely. And as part of that, we also have some cloud decoding.
Yeah.
So that does away with a physical decoder. We do everything in the cloud. And obviously, in this day and age where people are setting up more OTT type channels, that it's all cloud-based, they want all IP workflows. So as part of Link Matrix, you can say, okay, I want to take my live stream now and just live stream it to an OTT platform or maybe social media such as YouTube, Facebook.
So if you had to do a sort of a social media kind of event, you could obviously not. You possibly wouldn't need that. You could just have that.
Absolutely.
And use you guys.
Yeah.
And then still have the high quality one for later on as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all there.
What a flexible bit of kit.
Yeah, we like to think so. Yes.
Thank you for coming in. That's very interesting. I know we're going to talk about more in other films.
Yep.
But thank you, Mark.
Thank you, James.
Great to have you here all the way from Amsterdam. See you soon.